Okay, so I just wanted to walk you all through kind of how to do the final assessment and some recommendations. So your final assessment for the Fair Use and Copyright Citizen21 workshop is to gather media related to where you want to be in 10 years, specifically using the Creative Commons search, which hopefully you've had the opportunity to explore Creative Commons a bit. Then you'll post a mashup on the Citizen21 WordPress site, which I'll show you how to do in just a second, of posts related to your future career path, and you want to make sure to correctly cite your media using the Creative Commons best practices for attribution. So when you're on the Canvas page, it's probably going to prompt you to log in. Yours may look just a little bit differently than mine because I'm in a different course, but it should be the gist of the same thing. So we'll come back to this when we're ready to submit. But first, let's start thinking about gathering media related to where we want to be in 10 years. So I'm going to go to the Creative Commons search, which should be linked. If not, you can just Google Creative Commons search and it should come up right away. And I'm going to do something super generic. Everyone wants to have money in 10 years, right? So I'm going to search for money, and I'm going to look at Google Images. So this will pull up only images that have a Creative Commons license. So let's just go with the first one. And I'm going to click on it to take me to the page. Okay, so it brought me to Flickr. You'll notice a few things. For the attribution, we need to get as much information as possible. So we have the title of the picture, which is money. The author is Tracy O. And then you'll also want to notice the fair use or the Creative Commons license that's on there. So if you click that, it'll take you to a page saying what you can do with it, and you want to make sure that you include that in your citation. So I'm going to show you how to do that on the WordPress site. Once you all have logged in, it's sites.jmu.edu/citizen21. You will go to the dashboard and post. You're going to add a new post. And you can categorize it just as your name plus maybe in 10 years. It doesn't really matter as long as your name is in there. The second thing that you need to make sure that you do is to categorize it as fair use and copyright to make sure that it shows up in the right place on the WordPress site. So maybe you want to say something in here, in 10 years, I hope to have a lot of money. Okay, and now we're going to go get that picture and we're going to drop it in here, and I'll show you how easy that is in just a second. So if we want to save this image, download. Well, let's just get the original. And what I'm doing is I just downloaded it from Flickr using this little icon over here, the downward arrow, and it downloaded right into my browser. I just took it and drug it over like right to my desktop. So there's how you do that. What you'll want to do is also grab the title. So in order to put this picture into the WordPress post, it's super easy. If you're dragging stuff to your desktop, you can literally drag it, drop it in, hit insert into post, and then it's going to show up right here. And if you want to make it a little bit smaller, you can do that. Whatever you want to do. So you'll notice that on the attribution page, it recommends, let's see, so the best practices for attribution. This is also linked. Sorry, it took me a minute to get there. You'll notice that in the ideal attribution, which this has also been covered in the Canvas course, they have the title, who the author is, and what Creative Commons license it's licensed under. So that's what we're going to do under the photo. So in your post, you'll need to call it money, And what we're going to do is we're going to hyperlink right back to this page. So we'll do that just by highlighting the text, inserting the link, pasting it. It's going to be called money, but when you click on it, it'll go right back to that Flickr page so that they can see the original image, and you'll have that open in a new tab. Next, you want to do who it's by, and so it was Tracy O, I believe. And so we can go back here, click on her profile in case they want to link back to her specific profile. I'm just going to copy this link, and in my post I'm going to highlight this, link it again, make sure it opens in a new tab, and then we're going to say who, if we go back to here, is licensed under whichever copyright, and so we'll figure that out in a second. So is licensed by, and now if we go back and we click on this Creative Commons, it'll tell you over here. So it's CC by SA 2.0, CC by SA 2.0, I believe it's how it was formatted. I'm not pasting it because it'll change the text. Let's see. And what we'll do is we'll want to link to this page also so they can see specifically the Creative Commons license that it's under. And so I'm just copying this URL, going back to my post, I'll highlight this, link it, have it open in a new tab again, and then add the link, and then you're good to go on the license for this specific photo. Once you're finished, and you can have, you know, up to 3 to 5 images in here that are all licensed, and sometimes the Creative Commons, when you use the Creative Commons search, you may not be able to find the title and the author and the Creative Commons license, but make sure you look around. It's different on every site. Flickr makes it really easy, so I recommend using Flickr. But it may not always be easy to find, and all of that information may not be available. So you want to make sure that you're just using all of the information that is available to give the correct attribution to the media that you're using for your post. Once you have all of that information in there, you'll make sure that you have it categorized. It's fair use and copyright, and then you're going to click publish. Now once that's done, you can go view the post. And so once you scroll down, you'll see that this should be your specific post. So the URL should have your name in it, whatever you titled that. And you're going to copy this, and that's what you'll submit for your final assessment. So in this evidence URL box, you'll just paste that in there, and you'll click submit. It's really strange, and we're working with Canvas to have this fixed, but when you submit it, it's not going to give you any type of confirmation. So you can see that I submitted it, and you can click it a few times, but you're not going to get any type of confirmation that it's gone through. So make sure that you just click submit. You might do it a couple times, but typically it's gone through, and if not, I'll reach out to you and have you resubmit that URL. But after you've done that, you should be good. You want to make sure that you are doing that correct attribution for each of the media that you put into your post. So whether that be a picture or a video or whatever that is, you want to make sure that you are including the title and the author and the Creative Commons license if you can. And I think that's all. If you have any questions, I'll put my contact information in there, and I hope that this has been helpful.